degree to keep your job. That didn't stop me either. A couple of things got in my way a little bit. Like I had to drop out like 2 or 3 times because there was a serious health issue in the family, and I had to be like a nurse to my sister because she had ALS, and I dropped out of school then. Then I got pregnant, got married, got pregnant, had a baby. I dropped out then, but then I went back. And they're like, you back again? Don't you know when to quit? And I'm like, that's not in my vocabulary. Sorry. No. I need a job. They say I need a degree. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to get it. And so me and Kryptonite, we had a talk. I'm like, listen, math, I don't care how many times you're going to try to derail me because I have that problem with math. I'm going to kick your butt. And sure enough, they were like, teachers were like, we feel so sorry for you. you missed it by 1 point. I'm like, so what? Roll me again. I'm going to get that 1 point. And I did. And so now I have a bachelor's and associates. It's like I was telling some young people, like, you let a lot of things get in your head. If you want it, you're going to get it. Okay. You have to work for it. Nothing comes easy. Nothing. So you either let it control you or you just say, get out of my face and move on. And that's what I did. And I try to tell people like, well, how did you go back to school at your age? And I have stroke issues and all that. So, my memory's kind of fuzzy, but that didn't stop me either. And now I'm thinking about going back to schools to get my master's. So
that's good.
Hey.
Go for it.
That's where I'm at. I'm not going to let math kick me down. Mm-hmm. I use it as a stepping stone to move up. So for the young folks out there watching this, don't let nothing stop you. You got a problem, then you overcome it, and then you keep on moving. You don't let it kick you back. No, you keep on moving. Because you don't want to be, I had the chance to do this, but no, you don't want to be in that mode. You don't want to be in that mode. You want success, then you work hard to get it.
That's good. That's good, Michelle. Tim,
amen. Well, you were talking. I'm sorry. You were. Go ahead, Martin.
No. I just said amen. Go ahead.
Yeah, I say I would agree with you because I went to community college too, and I worked my way through it. I didn't have a scholarship or anything. I paid my own way through it, and I was going to school and working at the same time, and that was a challenge in itself. I found I started off. I took 15 credits. So what was that? 5 classes, thinking I can do all this, and I started finding out, wow, this is too much of a load and trying to work. Then I went and let me do 12 credits. Nah, let me do 9 credits. Let me take 2 classes. I'm going to take 1 class and I'll get done when I get done. You know what I mean? It took me 5 years to do 2 years. Oh, well, I still got it. You know what I mean? So whatever it takes, just do it. You know what I mean? And I agree with you. You know what I mean? It's no yellow brick road to success. Nope. It's challenging. You struggle a little bit. I mean, there's times that I've been out of work, no job. Now what? When I've gotten a job, and then all of a sudden didn't have any job. And I'm sure some people watching has faced those challenges. What do you do? You don't have any income at all. What do you do? But you pick yourself up, dust yourself off, and keep on keeping on. You never, ever, ever, you never give up. Never give up, And no matter how hard you're trying, there's always somebody who's struggling just like you are. You're not by yourself. Don't be afraid to reach out. Don't be afraid to reach out to people too for support. Mm-hmm. Reach out for support. A lot of people are afraid or too much. I swept floors. I've done janitorial work. I've cleaned out toilets. I've done whatever I had to do, in order to get myself out there. And I know people that have been very successful. I know people that have had very challenging lives. I don't treat everybody puts their pants on the same way. We all put our pants on the same way. I don't treat anybody better. I treat everybody the same. They're all important. Like I said, everybody's important to me. You know what I mean? So, but you talked about education. Our youth today, the challenges that they face out there, the peer pressure is a lot
Boy.
different than when we grew up, Shelley, that, the challenges these young people are facing today. They face a lot
Yes.
more, peer pressure. There's the gun violence is going on and all those things. I mean, that's a whole other topic, I know. But, I feel for our youth and, every school should be a safe place for a child to go to. And we don't always have that,
I agree.
I mean, I don't care what school, I don't care what town you're in, what school district you're in, what community you're in. Every single school should be a safe place for a child to go to. They shouldn't have to go to school and have to worry about all of the things that our youth do today. So I feel for our youth, they, like I said, trying to learn and then face all those other challenges and whatever is going on in their home life also.
That's good. Thank you. It's good job, Tim. I appreciate that. Martin.
Yeah, this theme about, what's one of the toughest moments in our life, and you guys just took my thunder, whatever, because school was, pretty much my toughest moment also. 6 years to get the 4-year degree, 4 years to get the master's, which is supposed to be a 2-year program. But yeah, math, that was like my kryptonite also. But it's just perseverance, and I mean, just what you said. I can only echo what you guys said. It's just that the work is in the consistency. Once you're consistent about what you're doing, you're just going to get better at it. And it doesn't matter. I mean, you hear the stories of, people in high school who went back and got the high school degree after about 20 years, whatever. Some people in their 50s got the high school diploma, whatever. Some people in their 70s, 80s, and 90s. I wanted to get that degree. And, before I leave this earth, you're thinking about it, and you don't want to just leave saying and just not doing it. So you got to act on it. But it's the consistency of what you're doing to just get better at what you're doing. Yeah, the only way to conquer math is just to keep on doing those problems, keep coming back to it and finding different ways to do it. If you want to write better, you got to keep on writing. I think I spoke something earlier when I talked about artificial intelligence. I think that's just going to take everything we do to a whole different level, because we're going to have to learn how to work with artificial intelligence. And why is that? Because businesses, the bottom line for businesses is more money. And the way you get more money is more productivity. And what I'm seeing right now with the things that are coming out with artificial intelligence is that productivity is going to be on a massive scale. And so when I think about maybe 2010, 2011, 2012, when I seen people outside of Walmart protesting that I want $15 an hour, and I'm saying, sooner or later they're going to replace you, and that day I believe is here. So you're going to have to learn how to work with artificial intelligence in order to get these jobs in the future, and that's what the schools are going to have to go to. That's what they're going to be teaching. How do we work with machines? So that's going to, I mean, I'm sure healthcare, technology, law, a lot of jobs will still be there, but artificial intelligence, that's going to be one of the key things out there that people are going to have to get into. And to do that, you are going to have to get into math better. It's funny. I know, you guys are a bit older than I am, but I didn't grow up in the world of algorithms either. So I know you guys didn't, and I didn't even. Everybody's talking about algorithms, so it wouldn't be surprised me if kids was in the 4th or 5th grade talking about algorithms and how we work with algorithms. So, yeah, it's a tough challenge. Just to answer your question, though, it's a tough challenge. I think, and just another part of this, I just think about different challenges we just had personally. Michelle just talked about hers. Joe has talked about his autism issues in the past, which is truly just inspiring, whatever. But we just keep on going, and we just keep just consistent right now. One of the biggest challenges for me today is dealing with diabetes, whatever. Something I was diagnosed in my early 30s. I didn't have a problem with it. Now it's like trying to kill me, whatever. It's like I can't say I'm suffering with it, but I'm dealing with it a lot more in my 40s than I dealt with it in my 30s, whatever. So, the challenge I have every day is to beat this thing early in the morning, set the tone, exercise, whatever, eat right, whatever, so that, you won't even feel the situation, whatever. So, I think just as human beings, we all have our own stories, but how much we persevere, how we stay consistent in dealing with it, just makes us greater people altogether. And again, that's what we see in sports. That's what we see in entertainment when you see our entertainers whatever on the next level. You can watch some movies whatever and say, man, that was some great acting whatever. That's because they were back in the studio, back in the gym whatever, practicing line after line, learning how to do this every year, learning how to do the character 50 different ways whatever. I was just listening to an interview with Tom Hanks the other day, and Tom Hanks was like, I wanted to go into the audition, and I wanted to have 50 million ideas of how to play that character. Now, all ideas wasn't going to work, but at the end of the day, I wanted to have those ideas ready, just ready to go. And so, yeah, and that's what. So just to wrap up here, just to be consistent. That's how we become greater in whatever our challenge is. And those are my thoughts, Joe.
Thank you, Martin. I'm gonna
Good.
tell you my self and moments. Look, this is gonna be something. I'm gonna tell you my story. Back in middle school days, like back in 96, 97, that was an old school, Austin being middle school. You guys heard of school? They closed down this year, but well, enough. I'm saying. I've been at school for a little 2 years, and my grades was doing good. All of a sudden, students been taking advantage of me about sexual harassment lawsuit issues with me. Like, I didn't do anything to touch nobody. Ever since that, it was a lot of chaos happening ever since my life. And plus that, I was like, thankfully I went to Elwin Davidson School. That's approved private school placement. I was there like since 2005.
Mhm.
I've been doing well ever since. I had like got my focus, my mindset, my success down there. Cause that was a long road for myself, and also I was a class speaker back in 2005. The age limit was like age like childhood, a little 4 year old to 21, because they don't follow grades that time. That's Delaware County, but that's what I've been doing ever since. And also the toughest moments was working, to work for different jobs like restaurants, stores, and lots of stuff that I've been having a lot of challenges with. And one time that back a long time ago, like 2009, it was 2000 something. I don't know what year was this, from work. They thought I stole something that I didn't do. They,
What?
yeah, it was like I don't know what happened. It was like, why did I think I was stealing? But ever since that, I left that job, and I was in Amazon for 1 year, and then at this time working across schools crossing guard in Woodbury, where I'm at now. I've been doing it ever since. But and anyway, that's question number 3. Learn how they thought about solutions and the action steps they took.
Hmm. Um, Basically, I just think they just persevered, sometimes when you want to reach a goal, like when things don't come to you, like, okay, here's an opportunity, yay! But sometimes you just have to work toward it and do your own research on a thing. Um, I remember just being like without a job at some period. So instead of me, well, yeah, I beat the street and made 50,000 resumes and sent them out. I even looked through the yellow pages and said, that sounds like a good company. And I sent them a inquest letter saying, hi, are you hiring? And yeah, it was a lot of work, but
Mhm.
three out of like half a telephone book, like three people called me back and said, yes, we're hiring. I'm like, oh, goody. And then I had these interviews and I went on a lot of them. And then after a while, I got tired of doing it. So I said, well, it's time for me to, I still need the money instead of using the money going to interviews. So there are opportunities out there like Avon and Mary Kay and Tupperware. I did all three. Now you're not supposed to work for those companies, consecutively
Right.
because they're in the same market.
The conflict
They're
of
Mhm.
the
interest.
same people, basically, just different products. I did all three. I was
Mhm.
selling. I mean, if you're like tired of waiting, well, in the meantime, there's still avenues out there for you to use. There's products out there. So I did that. I did Avon, Tupperware, and Mary Kay. Sorry, y'all. I know y'all, but but I did all three, and I was like, look, at that time I was married, I had a mortgage, I had a kid, and I'm thinking, how are we gonna make it this month? We
Mhm.
need to do this. So yes, you will do anything to keep your head above water, you know. Um, and recently, I'm retired from the school district, but I decided I wanted to go back to work and school, but I made my own job. Like, think about the talents that you have. You can use that as a resource to your success as well. What I do, I like arts and crafts. I love making stuff. I have a whole back room full of paper,
That,
paint,
that's the truth.
all kinds of stuff. So what I did recently, I went to senior citizens centers. Now I'm a senior myself, technically. I'll be 63 next month. But I went to the seniors and I offered my talents to them. I offered to do arts and crafts with them. And they're like, well, we can't pay you much. That wasn't the issue. I needed, first of all, I needed something to do every day, place to go. My social life was like, so why not? And I'm helping someone else at the same time. So I did that for like a whole year. And I don't know if I can be picked up again this year, but because COVID kind of knocked things, how many people can be in any building. Yeah. So it was like, okay, so hopefully this year, since COVID is kind of mellowed out, maybe I can go to more seniors places and make somebody's day. I get a couple of bucks here and there. It's not a lot, but you get satisfaction, especially when you start out with your own talents.
Mhm.
I
Hmm.
Mhm.
like making things. And it doesn't matter what it is.
Mhm.
Like I said, I love arts and crafts, all of it. Paint, yarn, paper, glue. I got it. And if you want me to teach it, I will. So don't ever think that, oh, wow, there's nothing out here for me. There's no, make your own path.
Mhm. Mhm.
You'll be happier.
And there are jobs out there. If you look, there's jobs out there for you.
There
There's some
are.
people, but
There
some you
are.
don't be afraid to take something. Maybe it's not really what you want to do right now. You might have to take that
Exactly.
right now job till you can get the job that you really want to do.
Right.
Whatever it is that you want to do. Sometimes you got to take something that's not necessarily your career choice just to get yourself, to have some pocket money to be able to get gas to put in the car to get to where you need to be.
To
I've never
eat.
been afraid to take any kind. And sometimes I could be working at, I had to work more than one job, two jobs, three jobs, possibly. A little
Mhm.
side, I've been working since I was, 13 years old with a paper route and, started off like that and then was cutting lawns. I
Babysitting.
made my own, I had bought a lawn, saved up money from the paper route to buy a lawnmower to cut lawns, in the
Mhm.
community. And then when I was cutting lawns in the community, I ended up cutting the lawns for a person that owned a restaurant. So then I got the account, cutting the lawns for the restaurant, and then cutting the lawns for his other restaurant that he owned. Then I got a job in the restaurant, washing dishes, bussing tables, moved up to cook. I learned how to do culinary arts through working in the restaurant industry. So there are jobs out there, but never be afraid to do. Maybe it's not what you want to do right this minute. A lot of people want to wait for that one job. I want to be XYZ. I want to do, go into whatever it is you want to do, but you may not get that job right away. But you
Right.
may need something else to kind of hold you down till you get the job that you really want to do. So there's opportunities out there. Search them out. Um, you don't have to go take to the streets necessarily. That's not really.
Because
You
like
know, you
like
know,
you
you know, you
said,
know, no.
you you
Mhm.
you cut grass and things like that.
Mhm.
Nowadays, it seems like everybody is taking, like, we took that kind of for granted, like, in a
Mhm.
way. Like, I
Mhm.
used to wash cars.
Mhm.
Yeah, I did that. Like, at
Shovel
13, 14,
snow.
it's
Hello.
a business now.
Yeah.
It's a business now. Like a kid can get a business license
Mhm.
for washing somebody's car.
Mhm.
Um, Cutting grass. There's people out there making lots of money doing that now. It's
Mhm.
not just, oh, well, I was just helping someone. No, now it's a business.
Mhm.
Kids can do that, shoveling snow. It's a business.
Oh, Michelle, let's
Yeah,
let's wrap let's wrap it up.
Okay.
I got
yeah.
final remarks, everyone. Let's wrap it up. We're like,
Yeah,
Okay.
only in the interest of time, I'll just say this, just to answer your final question, Joe.
yeah,
What steps you have to take, just shoot more than everything else, shoot more than everybody else. The coach says, I need you to shoot 100 shots in the gym. We need you to shoot 150 to 200. You have to just be greater than the next man. Not that you're just better than anybody, but you're always competing because, everybody wants to be the best of the best. You want to be the best of the best also. So you competing against yourself. Anytime you want to, you guys were just talking about jobs. You have to be in position that you so that you can compete against the other person to get that job sometimes. And if you just stay positioned and you get your education, you get your training, do whatever you need to do, whatever. Just do as much as possible. Just do as much as possible, and you'll be in the best position to get to where you want to get to. And that's my final thought.
that's good. That's good. Tim, you got final remarks?
Well, I like what Martin said. The first thing he said is, instead of spending $100 on sneakers and things, he took $100 and spent it on his education. That was beautiful, man. I mean, to hear you say that, I really applaud you for that, because a lot of people don't think that's important. Education is important because it takes the locks off your mind and opens up your mind to the opportunities that are out there. It makes you able to listen and take heed and listen to information. There's a lot of people that don't want to take advice from people that have been out there. They don't want to, old OG, you know what I mean? That type of thing.
Mhm.
But don't be afraid to listen to others that have been there. We may not be the scholars that you think we are, but that experience is something to say something for itself.
Thank you, Tim. Michelle, final remarks?
Um, just follow your dreams and stay on your path. That's all I gotta say. Stay on your path. Don't as we say, don't give up. Don't let anything get in your way. Just keep on moving forward.
Thank you. Let's let you know those before I wrap up. Make sure to tune in on my YouTube channel under Sound Prophet 21. Right now, episode 1 that I did in the beginning, the viewership is 943 and counting. I
Yes.
just look for a second. And also check out Tim's show on Thursday nights, 10 p.m. Eastern Time, 9% Central Time on the Philly Cam channel on Roku, Verizon, Comcast. Check that out. It is actually a good episode with him. Actually, we did me and Michelle did episodes with him on one time in the main studio.
Yep.
I'm looking forward to getting that main studio with you guys again.
Yeah, I know. We need to. We need to get together, get fellowship. Martin, you should check it out too. He
I
does.
We do a
will.
radio show also on Sunday nights on 106.5.
Yeah, you and your friend Sherry does radio like the
Yeah,
next
on the same day. She's on
yeah,
Sunday in the
yeah.
afternoon. Hopefully she'll be back. COVID has kind of changed things a little bit, but we're
Yeah.
getting back into the studio and doing our shows. And I'm on Sunday nights. It's 6 to 8 with the R&B Showcase radio show, and then on Thursday nights at 10 o'clock on the Philly Cam channel, Comcast, Verizon, Xfinity at 10 o'clock
All
with the
right,
TV
thank
show.
you. Thank you, Tim.
But I think it's good to see Martin and Shelley and to see you, Joseph, and allow me to come on your show.
Oh, no problem.
Appreciate
Make
it.
sure you come
I
back
appreciate the
again.
invitation.
No problem. Make sure you come back. This is Joseph Luciano, Michelle Clark, Martin Lee, and Tim Marshall. Thank you for tuning in and connecting during crisis. And I'll talk to you later.
Okay.
Right,
Bye-bye.
guys.
Hi, I'm Michelle Clark, and I'm a member of Philly Camp, and I would like to invite you to become a member too. You will learn a new skill, make new friends, and you don't know where your inspirations will come from. So come on over to Philly Camp and find out. Come to one of our workshops, learn all about media that you didn't know before. So, come on down. Hope to see you soon. Thank you.